This was a fun and interesting project for me. My niece and nephew gave me this cut off from a fallen tree from their family house in Gray Eagle, California. It wasn't a lot to work with, and originally I thought I would do something along the lines of a charcuterie board, but when I started looking at it, realized there were too many cracks and it was an uneven surface, so decided we'd get a little more creative with it and cut her into some various smaller chunks and do an epoxy project. I was told that purple was their grandmother's favorite color, so we decided let's go with some purple epoxy with the chunks of this fun fir, I believe, wood, might be pine. So settled that epoxy into the pressure pot, and it came out in this nice round form like this with the various chunks in there. Chucked it up onto the lathe and began turning it down into a bowl, cutting through the epoxy and the wood to get to where I wanted to be. As I began to turn it down into the rough cylindrical shape that I was looking for, the beautiful colors of the epoxy began to show themselves. I then put it into the lathe chuck so that I could turn the inside of the bowl, as well as begin to do some of the rough shaping of the outside. As the shaping was coming together, I began to see some of the beautiful wood combined with the epoxy that was going to become part of this bowl. And it was in fact very unique and beautiful, with the soft wood soaking up much of the epoxy. Once I was done with the outside rough shaping, I turned to the inside and began hollowing out the bowl, which of course continued to expose more of the beautiful wood from Gray Eagle. Once the shaping was done, I just began slowly, methodically sanding down the bowl, starting with a rough grit and moving up to a very fine grit until I could see that all the scratches and tool marks were gone. While still on the lathe, I continued to buff and apply various assorted oils and pastes to bring the color of the purple epoxy out, combined with the beautiful wood from Gray Eagle. Turning it around to the other side, I removed the tenon that had been used to mount it to the chuck and finished that off and sanded that down and applied the same finish to the bottom so that the colors could be seen at any angle. My sincere thank you to the Bennett family for giving me the opportunity to put this piece together for them. I hope that this bowl will allow them to enjoy a little bit of their Gray Eagle house right at home.